Hey there, Jeff Deck here, coming to you live from the fake fireside in my house. Here to do another reading tonight from my book, The Pseudo-Chronicles of Mark Huntley, as you might remember from the other times that we read from this. But first off, how's everybody doing out there? Hey, how's it going? Trying to move on? Hope your evening is going well, if it is evening where you are. So just going to do a little reading tonight from my book, just a short reading, just a couple chapters here, because the one after that is kind of a long chapter, and I want to make sure I get all the voices right and all that stuff. So we will start with Friday, October 1st, 2004. Entry called Answering Nothing. Had a thought in the middle of the night. I had woken up and couldn't fall back asleep. You know how your mind will pick up the handiest piece of mental detritus and play with it, just to keep you from going back to sleep? Mine tends to play with words. So I called up Gwendolyn today at work. Freiholt and Wagner, she answered. This is Gwendolyn St. John. Other telephones buzzing in the background. Mark, I said. Gwen, you said a private institute took care of my rehabilitation after I stabbed Miss Samuelson. What was the name of the institute? Take a while if you need to remember. Call me back when you do. No, I think I do remember, actually. I saw a business card that they gave to one of the teachers. Big words. I remember being impressed. It's like, at a certain age, you think that big words are the best credential to show off someone's intelligence, capability. I thought that maybe Gwen, future barrister, had never really progressed past that age, but I said, yeah, so the name? The Institute for Neurological something? Research? Something. Did it start with an E? She paused. Yes, actually. How did you know? It was a word like relating to the brain, of course. I guess encephalic is the right form. Yes. The Institute for Neurological Encephalic Research. I'm almost positive that's what it was. Institute Neurological Encephalic Research. I-N-E-R. Einer. What does this mean? Hosted by Mark Huntley at 8:50 p.m. So it's 3 in the morning, huh? What are you doing on Instagram? So our next entry is Saturday, October 2nd, 2004. Rice will be thrown. Can't say that I prefer to be awake this early on a Saturday, but, of course, getting ready for Carrie's wedding necessitates being up with the garbage truck, currently clattering somewhere far below my window. Duty called. Okay, so Miller helped get me out of bed and face this long fucking day. Yeah, I know that's a bad idea, but it was the only cheering section available. Ceremonies are taking place in some scenic locale way up north in Maryland, almost to Delaware. Since I don't have a car, I'll be catching a ride up with another wedding guest of Carrie's, the laconic, mustachioed Joe Alessander, master of IT at the U.S. Divide. He's going to swing by my apartment building not too long from now. I can already tell you it's going to be a long ride up with Joe. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with him that lasted more than 15 words. It's not just me. Dale has reported the same results. Joe seems to prefer companions he can reformat at his whim. Do I really want to go to this wedding? No. I'd rather enjoy a fat novel and an even fatter tankard of beer in the quietest corner of some bar. You know me, I am an awful credit to humanity. But honestly, I'm glad to have an excuse to leave the metro area for the day. Because I'm scared. That's right, chicken shit Huntley. You can put it on a t-shirt. I keep thinking about that purple, chatting on her cell phone in her weird echo chamber voice, pulling someone's strings in the goddamn John F. Kerry campaign. If these people are some kind of cult, with magical aura powers or something, then we'd all better be worried, because they've infiltrated the advisory circle of a man who might become president of the United States in just a few months. So what do? Do I try to warn Kerry himself that he's got at least one creepy lady working for him? And what do I specifically warn him about? I know nothing about the purple cult's intentions if a cult it is. And hey, how would I even bend his ear in the first place and then convince him that I'm not a total moonbat? A fact in which I still don't have 100% confidence. And what if he's in on it, whatever it is? Most importantly, does this mean I should vote for Bush? Fuck. I keep going in circles about this. I don't know what my responsibility is here. Anyway, I'm afraid. Because that purple knows who I am now. Not to mention her brutish friend. And if the later than you think guy was also a purple, then that makes two of them who have interacted with me. And that guy knows where I live somehow too. Yeah. He was following me even before I got this ability to see auras. Did he know what was going to happen? Let's jump back a step. Think about how I got this newfound gift. I'm starting to think it has to do with Einar, that Institute for Neurological Encephalic Research. They had their fingers in my head somehow, right? Say I can believe all, or most, of what Gwen told me about what happened. I saw a purple aura when I was a kid. Then after Einar did something, not only did I not remember anything about the incident, but I was no longer seeing auras. I need to track down this institute to find out what exactly they did to me. And find out what I was before they did it. If they performed some kind of suppressive operation, it seems to have broken down since I'm seeing auras again. The question then is whether the return of the auras is a good thing or a bad thing. You could make a pretty strong argument for it being the latter. Considering that the last time I had this ability, things ended with a knife, tears, and a lot of blood. But I can't help but wonder if it's the former. I distrust the motives of an institute, whatever kind of institute, that would step in and reprogram the mind of a disturbed child and then set him loose again. And sure, attacking people is wrong, but what if I had a good reason? Now, I'm not mentally ill. I think we've confirmed that almost beyond a doubt. I mean, this is outside of me. That man standing outside my window, that lady who ordered somebody to kick me in the balls for no reason. And Mr. Pool Party, who's got something to do with this, I know it. Plus, wouldn't seeing auras be an awfully localized disorder when all else seems to be in good condition? I should also be hearing babbling voices and hearing the hum of a transistor chip implanted in my brain by the government, shouldn't I? So Einar could be some kind of tool of the purples, or the purples and silvers working together if they're buddies. I mean, if the aura people can pull strings within a presidential campaign, what's to stop them from having their own little egghead lab? Einar. Why would someone spray paint the name of a research institute on a bridge? Has someone else down here been treated by these guys? Is it just a coincidence? And how does the fade graffiti relate, if indeed the same graffiti artist created both of those? I have an idea about that, actually, but I don't like it. Sorry. I need a direction, a trail I can follow to some better answers. As much as I'm reluctant to do so, I should try to glean more from Gwen. The things she told me, I'm almost sure I can believe them. I need to try trusting her. Anyway, all of this simmering stuff gets put on the back burner while I'm gone. I've got to make sure I've packed my blazer and tie and find my good belt and figure out which of my two pairs of so-called fancy shoes are the least offensive. I hope that the reception doesn't drag on forever, but I have a feeling it will. I think only a generous helping of spirits will be able to get me through this. Joe will serve nicely as my getaway car since he doesn't drink. Though I wish I could afford to stay overnight and make my own way home tomorrow. Having another day away from DC would be nice. Deep breath, some extra breath spray, and off to face my sacred duty. I'll keep my distance from the bride and her new husband as much as possible, to avoid infecting them with the curse of the wife stealer, the spouse robber, O wretched wrecker of others' vows. If you hear from me again, reader, you'll know that I survived. Posted by Mark Huntley at 7:23 a.m. And yes, Hannah, I think you're onto something here. And hey, Mary. So that is tonight's reading, just a quick one, and tomorrow we'll pick up with the longish stuff that gets into the wedding and all the stuff that Mark totally doesn't see coming. That's going to that's not a word. That's going to happen there. So, thank you all for tuning in tonight. If you liked what you heard, you can buy me a coffee or check out my books via the links in my Instagram bio, or you can, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, you can check out those links in the description of the YouTube video, and you can also check out previous readings on my YouTube channel. So until then, next time, stay safe out there, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the other side.